We'll start. Request all to turn on your videos. Om. 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 Sahana सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् हरि ओम. Anybody who would like to chant? We are at verse 5, right?
We are in 6. We are in 6.
We are in 6. Yeah.
Okay. Shall I start the chanting?
Please do.
Okay. Tapobhik क्षीणपापानां शान्तानां वीतरागिणां मुमुक्षूणामपेक्ष्योऽयम् आत्मबोधो विधीयते बोधो न्यसाधनेभ्यो हि साक्षान्मोक्षैकसाधनं पाकस्य वह्निवज्ञानं विना मोक्षो न सिद्ध्यति अविरोधितया कर्म न विद्यां विनिवर्तयेत् विद्या विद्यां निहन्त्येव तेजस्तिमिरसङ्गवत् परिच्छिन्न इवाज्ञानात् तन्नाशे सति केवलः स्वयं प्रकाशते ह्यात्मा मेघापाये अंशुमानिव अज्ञानकलुषं जीवं ज्ञानाभ्यासात् विनिर्मलं कृत्वा ज्ञानं स्वयं नश्येत् जलं कतकरेणुवत् संसारः स्वप्नतुल्यो हि रागद्वेषादिसङ्कुलः स्वकाले सत्यवद्भाति प्रबोधे सत्यसद्भवेत्.
So looks like last class was very lively.
It was, I think, really, I think you gave us this wonderful opportunity. We have really jettisoned all the imaginary fears, inhibitions, and all. I think it's really a wonderful opportunity. Sometimes I think these kinds of opportunities are most welcome because everyone was able to participate and then they came out of their shell, and then they were able to express. I think really, I'm. I really this thing. I'm remembering this wonderful opportunity and this kind of this thing.
I lead looking at all the comments. I was feeling I missed. I was having FOMO. Okay, I missed out on something very nice. So we should do it sometime. I will just take a back seat, and you all should just conduct it, and I will be listening.
I think this is a wonderful thing. Next week, I mean, at least 1 week or something, if you can tell, or some at least we need some 4 days to prepare. I came to know, I really knew how much of effort is going when you conduct a class. It's only after preparing all these things I came to know how much of effort is required. I think that is a real hands-on experience, and then I could know. See, it may be little, it may look very easy for me when we just listen to you, but what is the amount of effort that you have put in to gather all the information and then able to tell it? It really is huge. I think
This is and
really
everybody
appreciate
brings in so much, and that is the idea also behind study group. So in a way, our preparedness, it's not just one person, right? Everybody gets to learn. If we put so much do so much preparation and come,
that.
imagine how much more this will be, right? So maybe we should take turns to lead the class also. I was thinking sometimes in between.
Yes, surely, madam, surely. I think we should be, you could do that. I think henceforth, uh,
Mm.
you can, now that we know that it is not a huge rocket science to really speak in the class, it's only that you need to get to know what you want to speak and then express. See, a lot of ideas are there. People feel, okay, whether it may be useful, it may not be comparable to what madam is telling. No, that is not the thing. Just come out of it, and then we found so much of nuggets of wisdom which others have given. I think it was really a great this thing, information, really.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Very nice.
Ramachandran sir took a lot of effort in the entire meditation session. He had everything written down. He was saying just the correct thing which you would say. He took a lot of effort. And Jayamala ji, I mean, we have not seen her, but she gave us that wonderful story about Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. It was wonderful.
We're all on this journey, right? There's so much insight. It's just that opportunity to kind of express, and we all learn from each other. Very nice to see that it went well and that you all found it very fulfilling, meaningful, and useful. Good. We will chalo, so we will move on to samsara swapna tulyo hi ragadveshadi sankula swakale satyavadbhati prabodhe satya sadbhavet. So it says the world which is full of attachments, aversions, and so on is like a dream. It appears to be real as long as the dream continues, but becomes unreal when one wakes up, when true wisdom dawns. It is very difficult to make one realize, right, that whatever they are thinking is a dream. When we are saying dream is unreal. It is happening in the mind. It feels so real, right? So,
And people can also get angry if we say this.
huh.
What are you saying? I mean, if they are not.
Yesterday there was a Bhagavad
Please
Gita
don't.
Jayanti,
Ah.
and so my daughter joined. We were chanting Bhagavad Gita, some few chapters, and my daughter from her PG, she joined. So even her friend joined along with her. And we did one exercise of you ask a question at the end after chanting. I said, you ask any question on life and then open any page of the Bhagavad Gita book and you will find the answer there. Wherever whichever shloka your eyes fall on. See, these things we have to give the youngsters, right? They go through life so much, and they look at that shloka, and do you find the answer? And then they, with those little words here and there, faith and destiny, a lot of things fall into place for them. So that friend, my daughter, I keep doing this at home every now and then, whenever she expresses confusion and all. But her friend also did. I asked her what question. She said, "What adversity will I face in future?" Even the kind of thoughts that are that come up, right? And then the answer she got was it was that shloka where it said, nature and everything is a part of him only, is a part of the divinity. Okay, so I asked her what connection she made, and then she said, okay, so even the adversity is a part of him. God gives adversity. Like, it is we look at it as adversity, right? Otherwise, it's just a situation. But it's very difficult for people to accept that. But it is a bad situation. It is an adversity, right? How can you say it is not an adversity? But it is only how. So then I was telling, a hurdle comes. Some people, they love to jump over it. But some people, like to see, oh, now let me see how I can jump over it, right? And some people just stop there, right there. Oh, this is scary. So it's only how we make it. That is just there, that situation. Like that, how to tell a person that it's so that even Ramana Maharishi Shloka tells, right? Somebody comes and he's crying. He's saying, I lost all my money. All this happened. I'm in a very bad situation. I don't know. My wife has left me. My children are not there with me. I'm in a very bad situation. He's coming and lamenting. Then Ramana Maharishi says, who is thinking of all of these things? Think about that person. And he's like this. So somebody sitting next to him says, Ramana Maharishi, you're always telling this only to everybody. Okay, that poor guy is coming and sharing all his lament, and to everybody you're telling who is thinking, who is thinking. Think, look at that person. So then Ramana Maharishi, first jokingly, he will say, Arey, what I know only I can tell, no. Okay. And again, as he says. After that, he says, if somebody is in a dream, and in that dream they are having a nightmare, and they are having conversations, and they are showing fear and all that, will you have a conversation and try to tell them that that is not true? Or will you try to wake them up? The person said, obviously, I'll try to wake them up. That is what I'm trying to do here also. All our lamenting and everything that is happening in this world is actually a dream. It's not real for us. And the only way to come out of that dream is to wake up. And how do you wake up? By turning to the Atman. Going beyond the mind and the body and being with the moment you turn on to that Atman, it's like switching on the light. Tamasoma Jyotir Gamaya. The tamas is removed only by Jyoti of that Atman. The moment I look at who is that person, who is thinking all of these things, that goes away. This is the direct path of Jnana Yoga, of Advaita Vedanta, the direct path. Yes, Rajesh.
Ma'am, yeah, Prema auntie has been calling me many
She
times.
always has trouble with this link for some reason. Bhagavatam, she's able to join. I don't know.
I sent her the link beforehand, ma'am. She called me so many times.
Why this link alone?
I sent her the link. I think the donation ka bhi chala gaya. And she's saying, donation ka aa gaya. She's calling so many times.
I don't know what to do. I'll send one more different link here after maybe. This class we have joined. Next time I have to remember. She's having, because Bhagavatam class she's able to join. She's joined. Okay, she gets confused. Okay. Premaji, you're able to talk? Whatever. She's there. Okay, very nice. So,
yeah,
like
I got
that.
it.
Okay.
I got it. What happened was she gave a wrong link, I hope so. It was not coming. Then I touched yours in the whooper. Apna.
Okay.
Tabhi aaya. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem. So, is everything that I am thinking a dream really? Why is it a dream? How can we say it's a dream? Now, this moment we are talking, is this a dream or is this a reality? The words that I hear, is this a dream or a reality?
Yeah, but there is a but.
just for us to seek and think.
And in the current state, it is a reality, and it depends. It's relative. It depends on in what state you are. So that is what I feel. Like in a when we are dreaming, so that looks like a reality, although it is not. In the in the waking state, we get to see that it is dream state is not a reality, because we have come out of the dream state and then we are in a wakefulness situation. Similarly, when we are identifying with the uh, this thing, truth, or Brahman, this particular state in which we are there, we will realize that this was also a kind of a this thing, uh, uh, what you can non-real situation. This is also a non-real situation.
Yeah. There is this comparison, this relativity that you said is very nice. There is this comparison with the gold chain. First, when we say a gold chain, first I will say, what is this? This is a chain. I just say this is a chain. That is like saying, I am the body. I am looking at you. This is Divya. This is Ramachandranji. That's all. When I'm looking at it, I'm just looking at the outer. Then I'm saying, oh, what is it made of? This is a gold chain. So now I am recognizing that there is a gold and that there is a chain. So there is a Divya, but that Divya is being worked through by the divine. We play a game in our children's group. We will say, look at that object and tell what it is made of. So they will have to say, wooden table, plastic fan, cotton bed, whatever, cotton clothes, whatever. So like that, what am I? Brahman Arti. What am I made of? Like that, we would play again. So like that, now this gold chain. So Brahman Arti. Brahman Divya. Like that. That is the second stage. Then there is the stage where it says, but there is no thing called chain, no. It is that gold only which has taken the form, and that form we have called it gold. It is not like that from that gold we have extracted something called chain. The chain does not have a separate existence apart from the gold. The chain is nothing but a form of the gold. Otherwise, it is all and all gold only. Now that realization comes that there is no separate thing called chain. Because otherwise, if chain is a separate object, there should be a gold separately, the chain should be separate. But it's not like that. It is that gold only which has taken the form of the chain. So like that, it is the Brahman only which has taken the form, this form right now. Like in space, you remove everything from the room. If you remove everything from the room, what is there in the room? Space. Then when you put back everything into the room, where does that space go? It is not like displacement, where when you put something in water, water gets displaced and gives way, or air gets displaced. When it comes to space, the space takes the form of that object that has come into that. Like that, the consciousness itself has taken the form of this. Because some impurities, even gold chain, some impurities, they will add some copper or something to make it. So that is the third stage of relative reality, waking up in each stage. And then the fourth stage is, there's no reality called chain at all. The third stage is the form, it is only a form of that. Chain is only a form of the gold. The chain does not have a separate existence to the gold. The fourth reality is there's nothing, the chain, there is nothing called chain. Chain is just a name given. It is out and out only gold. It's only gold. Everything is only Brahman. So relative levels of waking up towards the Atman and what we think of as Atman. Was this clear? So we will have different levels of waking up. Where are we? What do I think? What are we? Anybody? Aparna? Oh, Aparna has joined after a very long time. Shilpa ji, would you like to read? Did you read the whole thing? Finish it, or did you just do whatever we did so far?
This is verse 6, na?
Verse 6.
Verse 6, we read paragraph 1, first paragraph. So in the page number 23 of the book, I think second and third paragraphs are there. So that is what is to be done.
Right. So Shilpa ji, would you like to read in the dream world we have variety of experiences? Do you have the book? Or Diva? Jayamala ji, Mamta? Shilpa ji, yes?
No, Aarti Bhagini, I don't have book.
You don't have.
Can I
Okay.
read, Aarti?
Yes, Prema ji, please do.
In a dream world, no?
Yes.
In the dream world, we have a variety of experiences. In the walking state also, experiences exist, but we are not prepared to accept the waking state as a prolonged dream. The reason is the firm grip of avidya, which prevents us from accepting the real. We have not fully qualified ourselves to understand and realize the ephemeral nature of the existence of the objects around us and of our own exact relationship with our body, mind, and intellect. The dream is quite real to us so long as we are in it. Once we wake up, we realize the falsity of the entire experience. Similarly, when we go deep into the layers of the matter, envelopments and experience the all pervading consciousness, the pluralistic existence rolls off. We are awakened to that supreme self, and thereafter the self alone is experienced as real. Therefore, wake up from the unreal existence by tearing asunder the ignorance that is covering the real knowledge and realize the blissful nature of your own self.
How easily said, no? This pluralistic existence rolls off. What is pluralistic existence? Like there is H2O. That H2O exists as salt ocean, fresh water, glacier, clouds. What else? Lakes, dewdrops, fog. All of this is the same H2O. Steam is H2O. Ice. Same H2O. Plurality. From one single cell, that we were one single cell first when the sperm and the ovum come together. And from that we got lungs, we got stomach, blood, asthi, our bones, so many things. Everything, and everything is functioning differently. No, such a wonder, right? That one thing, how it becomes, that little seed only has become the tree. The leaves, the branches, everything, the smell of the fragrance of the flower is different, the taste of the fruit is different. So from that one, the plurality, but then from that plurality, again, everything goes back into that little seed to form one more tree. So to understand that the many thoughts that are having is all forms of, so now when we do this, no, when we think of all of my different thoughts, plurality is come from that singularity, which is the consciousness. So when I think all of it has come from the consciousness, I will not analyze my thoughts, no? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it right? As though I have to understand everything. I just have to ask, like Ramana Maharishi says, ask yourself, who is having these thoughts? The moment I ask who is having these thoughts, oh, like I say, no, I am afraid. And all the thoughts associated with that is lost because I have moved on to I am. Now look for that I. Who is this I? And search inwards. You will find nothing there. Will you see a form there? Do we have an experience of that? Nothing. There's just nothing. But there is that experiencer of that nothingness, no? That is still there. That's all. And in that, everything will fall away. And that is our waking up. But we have to practice this, huh? Something is going on in our mind. Oh dear, why is this happening? What is happening? Today I was listening to a talk on parenting. Something, so the moment that comes up, then you start analyzing. Oh, I have done this. Will this cause this? Will this happen? All these kind of things, some little snippets were coming. So then I said, who is having these thoughts? As though I am the doer, and because of me, something will happen to the child, the way also they are talking. So then I'm like, okay, who is the doer? The doer is Supreme. So whatever is happening, divinize everything. What kind of thoughts do we have as dreams? How can we wake up from this dream that we are? In fact, that there is this Krishnamurti Foundation School, he used to, J. Krishnamurti, JK. He would say, look at the wall and question it. Is it real? Look at everything and question it. Is it real? Is this real? Is what I'm seeing real? Is what I'm hearing real? Is what I'm thinking real? Is what I'm feeling real? Question it. Don't conclude. Is this very intellectual, or are we able to experience it? Have we ever experienced in these past few weeks? Have we ever felt like, yeah, this is like more like a dream, more like my own imagination? Or is it more intellectual that I'm telling myself that this is not real? Any experiences when
Right
we have
now,
felt,
it seems like
yes, Divya?
intellectual. It doesn't, that the thing this is not real has not sunk in yet. It's just an
Some thought,
experience.
sometime once in a while.
Very rare. Very rare, man. Maybe
Has
for
it ever
certain
happened?
moments.
Huh?
Maybe for certain moments.
So has it ever happened that you have been thinking something about
Uh,
some situation,
uh,
and after some time, you have seen it from a completely different light?
yeah, that has happened many times. Yeah.
Ah,
Yes, ma'am. Every time it happens.
first I am thinking certain things,
Ah,
and then my whole thought has just fallen off.
exactly. That has happened several times, ma'am. It happens all the time, we can say.
All the time, isn't it?
Ah,
So in a way, that first thought was a dream. Then
it was a false thought. I mean,
it was a false thought, like dream.
but when you're when you're thinking that thought, it doesn't feel like a dream. That's what I'm saying, ma'am. I know. At least I'm not in that stage.
When you are consciously thinking something, no, I didn't get you.
When you are having a thought about something, at that moment, it doesn't feel like a
Yeah,
unreal
it
thing.
doesn't, because like just like a dream at that moment, it feels real.
Feels very real.
Yeah.
And when the moment pass and you like you are, if it is like some situation you're going to meet somebody and you are having certain thoughts about that person or how that meeting is going to be. I mean, you're thinking all that as, oh my God, it is going to be like that, and all you have so many, I don't know, prejudice or perception or whatever you can say. But once the actual meeting goes, it might be something totally different. Then you think, yes, all those thoughts were not real. I mean, it was unnecessary. It was so foolish, actually.
Yeah.
Waste of time, actually.
Yeah. So then we have woken up from that dream. We know now that that was not real.
Yeah, yeah. But but again, when that thing comes again, I fall, man. I don't
Uh,
know.
Unfortunately, our dreams are just there. Why do our dreams come up?
Because we have not yet realized that complete realization is not there. I mean, that's what I.
Yeah. So that is where this reflection of this. Somebody wants to say something, Divaji?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I mean, I don't know if this my situation comes under this category. There are sometimes it so happens that we are doing something, and sometimes it feels, oh, I have seen this happen before.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
I
that
don't
they
know,
say deja vu kind.
kind of thing. That is, oh, I have seen the same scene, same dialogue being delivered or something. I don't know if it fits in this particular scenario, but means when you were talking about the dreams, I thought this should be in. It's just, will it
It feels
happen?
so real. It
Yes, ma'am.
feels like it has happened.
Yes, yes.
Hmm. Yeah, that is about parallel universes
I
and
have
Yeah.
also experienced this, but I used to experience this before many times when I was younger, but right now, I mean, very less experiences of such kind.
the deja vus, no? Yeah.
It's like it has already happened and you have seen it happening and you're going through that particular, I mean, okay, I am doing this. I have done it before or I have seen it happening before or something like that. It's
I think it would still be a dream, irrespective of the learnings. Only when we are one with everything will it be real.
true. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
That is the thing that has been written by Aparna in the. Yeah.
Ma'am,
So,
one little,
i-
I had a doubt. These dreams, do they mean, I mean, I remember my dreams when I wake up. My spouse, he doesn't remember a dream. He says, I don't know whether he dreams or he says, I don't know whether I dream. So it is a memory thing or that he doesn't dream at all.
Probably it
see,
is the depth of sleep you are in that you don't remember.
No, they call it as an alpha state. And see, immediately the state in which you are, once you come out of the dream, and then at that particular, after the dream state is getting over, when you are in that wakefulness, you're not fully awake, but then you are partially awake. You try to recall. That's a very wonderful state, they say, to be able to recall. But most of the time, it is so fleeting. Even I have the same kind of thing. I try to recall whatever dream I have had. It becomes very difficult. The moment you spend a little more time, or with the passage of a little more time during the wakefulness, the entire dream you are not able to reconstruct. Sometimes the whole dream you do not know what was the dream. So if it is very very this thing impactful, very big, and then those things you can remember, but most of the dreams you are not able to uh, recollect and then reconstruct the whole situation. what they say is, if you are able to be in that alpha state of being able to recall and reconstruct, that is a wonderful state of this thing, the mindfulness. And that's a very, very precious state. Try to every day build up that dreams. If you have a dream, try to rebuild, reconstruct, and then that is one wonderful way of doing it. There is another aspect also. I was thinking, say, in the dream state, of course, you are in a state of dream, and then nothing is driving you into that to have the dream and all. It's all part of the body's mechanism. And then waking up also, most of the times it happens automatically because of the circadian rhythm. You just get, suppose 6 o'clock, your this thing is able to clock works that way. In the morning you wake up, the dream also ceases to exist. Sometimes the dream also ceases when somebody is disturbing you, or when you have a stimulus from outside. So when you, after you get awake, you realize that dream is a different one. But in the wakefulness, when you are fully awake, most of the times, to come out of that wakefulness, you need to take a lot of action. That means you need a lot of stimulus. Say, for example, to realize this Brahman, you have to put in a lot of effort. Like you should be all the time thinking, meditating, and then be in that state, and then consciously develop that state of mindness, state of mindfulness, wherein you start questioning and then realizing this is not real, this is not real. So that is a kind of an effort that you need to have. So to come to that state of super consciousness, wherein you know that the present situation is unreal, you have to put in a lot of effort to go to that level. So whereas in dream, it just happens automatically. Sometimes you do an external stimulus comes in, some sound happens, or alarm rings, and then you come out of the dream state. Whereas in wakefulness, that kind of stimulus is not automatic. You have to put in all the effort, is self driven. So that is one major thing uh, that I find, that difference between a dream state and then wakefulness state.
Yeah, that it happens even in the wakeful state. We sometimes, it automatically, if you are postpone that thought and not really indulge in it so much, at that point in you indulge, after a few days you only start realizing, why was I so upset that day? It's okay, no, it's not such a, in a way, even in the waking state, we do kind of sometimes come out of it. The only effort we need to put there is like the circadian rhythm. We it automatically wakes us up. Here, we should try to postpone the thought and not indulge in it so much.
Correct.
That may be the only effort.
Yeah, that could be to a certain extent relatable with the dream state also. That automatic
Yes,
process, like you are worried about certain situation, and then you can't do anything. You are helpless. So after 1 hour, you find that fear also vanishes. So this is a kind of a
correct.
rhythm, whatever dream
Also, I
rhythm you
see, also I see that people who stay at home a lot take longer to come out of it because there are fewer distractions. But say something has happened in the morning, there is some fight or something, and then that person had to go to work. There is a distraction. This doesn't seem, it has been forgotten. By the time they come back home, now everything is forgotten.
have.
That
Correct.
other person who will have a grave face. Then we will remember, oh, right, in the morning, oh, what did we fight for? Really? It'll be like that, right? So that, but for the people who have not had so much distraction, that distraction acts as an automatic. But for some people, but there are also people who have very deep dreams. Subconscious, unconscious levels, it has gone down. And that plays in very subtle ways, especially for those who have had very deep impressions in childhood. Garbha, and up to the age of 10 years, it is somebody is screaming. Okay. So, up to the, so such people don't come out of the dream for a very long time. They don't even realize that, because they are not aware of it. Now we are aware of it. But things that we have imbibed when we were very small, say a feeling of loneliness. When I needed a change of diaper, I was not attended to regularly. When I need milk, I was not given the milk regularly. I learned to handle myself even as a baby and put myself quiet, because if I cry also, nobody is going to come to console me. In a way that sets in very, very, how would I say, very subtly, it
Is that
leaves that
trauma, ma'am?
loneliness that nobody is going to come. There's the trust is not coming easily.
Is
Yes.
that trauma?
Is that is a form of trauma. And these kind of at a very young age that we really collect, there is no realization of it also at that point in time, right? What is right? Because the conscious mind is not so clear, and it is just absorbing everything. So at least now we wake up, we realize, why did I think? Even that we don't know. We will keep going into that. But when at least now we say, okay, I woke up from that. Last time I thought the thoughts were very unreal. So now these thoughts must also be unreal. If I postpone it, maybe this will also go. Now I can do it consciously. But when I was very small, I may not be able to have, I don't even know what I have kind of absorbed within. And it may manifest as feeling of loneliness, aloneness, self-doubt, a lack of self-love, because I didn't feel the love. I didn't feel have enough hugs and whatever taking care of or I heard certain things which put a lot of these things. So then it becomes harder to wake up from such dreams. That is unreal. But I don't even know where it started. But I just know that I have these feelings of I am in general not able to trust people. I have a lot of some trauma has happened in the young age. I've seen my mother being what would I say, abused or something happening. So such things, when these are very strong things that I take in, and I take in this feeling that the world is a dangerous place, or the world is not a very safe place for me, or there's not enough people to love me, and such things that I imbibe, which is also actually a dream, but it's much more deeper, and hence I find it difficult to come out of those.
Ma'am, that is different from vasana, no?
It is a vasana. It becomes a very strong vasana.
So this takes many janmas to get over.
Even it can even carry on for next janma also. And I will keep acting out of that. I will keep acting out of that. And somehow I will be inviting also such people. I will be drawn to such people only because that is my vasana, and it will seem to keep happening to me again and again.
Yeah.
But in a way, that happening again and again to me is a way for me to wake up. If I realize, I can go back and say, why is this happening to me? Oh, I have this deep, this thing of being lonely or being untrustworthy. I mean, I'm not able to trust the world or find it to be a safe place, or I'm inviting such things because I have such a vasana. So when things like that happen, then I can work towards becoming aware and coming out of it slowly and steadily.
Can I add something?
Sure.
So my mom, whenever I was sad, she used to say, I mean, she still does, that this life has been given to you so that, I mean, every life is given to you to get rid of your vasanas and get closer to, God. So, how much effort you put into your sadhana and how much effort you put into your self-realization will reduce the amount of years you have to spend coming back to earth, right? But I still have the question of, if that's the case. Like if vasanas have already been decided and destiny and free will go hand in hand of us, also having the prarabdha karma of, having whether you're going to stay on the path or not. Um, like what do we focus on so that we don't lose track? Because there's so much working intellectually when we are on the path. There's so much that we understand intellectually. There is vasanas, there is prarabdha karma, there is the ability to put in self effort, there's free will, there's destiny. So what is something that we can maybe have as a counteractive action to not go in that loop and maybe just keep feeling bad for ourselves?
Very nice. Anybody wants to answer this?
I
Answer,
think
Ramana Maharishi's answer.
the first thing is suppose you have a difficult thought coming, or let us say you have an fear. After some time, the fear looks like it's an imaginary one. So the thing is, you don't be with that thought. Similarly, if you have certain notions, or somebody has mentioned certain things which you feel is at this moment not really good, I'm not happy if
Hmm,
such things are really true. It's better,
hmm,
all these things are not really truthful things that will occur over a period of time. You can
hmm,
just put it to certain kind of test. Say for example, let us say somebody said something, and then 3 4 years back, if you all these things you are experiencing because of all these stages of prarabdha karma, all these things, you
hmm,
realize whatever that person said was not really true. All my experiences that I've had, which she predicted will be panning out like this, never really happened. So I think it's better that you don't consider these things to be really true, and then channelize your energies, channelize your thoughts and your life based on those notions. It's better to leave them aside, because life is not really, nobody has been can predict that life will go on like this and it will move in this direction. And nobody, because you have had all these things, purva janma karma or all these things, okay,
hmm,
these things are mentioned only to see that the present life you are doing everything well. Nobody knows whether all the present life that you have had is because of karmic this thing, past or something like that. We do not know, but this is what the some elders have said, some experienced people have said, so we accept it. But it need not happen that way. You just that is where the meditation comes. The moment you do the meditation and then you just you are relaxed totally, all these thoughts will never disturb you. The first thing is not to allow all these thoughts to disturb you. Then life will
hmm,
move out very easily. See, I thought I was wanting to mention also that getting into a good dream is dependent totally on how relaxed you are before you go to sleep. So I think doing a small level of meditation in the night or in the daytime will relax your mind, and then you will find that all these thoughts, all these whichever disturbs you, will not affect you at all when you are in that state of meditation. So the best thing is, do not accept, do not take it at face value. Test and then subject it to certain tests that it never happened. Did it happen to me? Somebody predicted all these things will happen 3 years back, and then I've been living for the last 3 4 years. My experience didn't really bring out that as a truthful one. So why should I worry? Why should I have all these things? So that is the best way of moving ahead. And then God has given you a wonderful life. You are really blessed, and then you are bound to achieve the greatest things in life. So do not allow any kind of dogmatic ideas or straight jackets to condition your life. You be relaxed, and then you move and then do your activity spontaneously like a child. Everything will
hmm.
go out express my this thing opinion on that.
why
Okay,
do
thank
we
you.
even want to know why things are happening? Oh, it is my prarabdha karma. Why do we even want those kind of explanations? Because somewhere we are looking at certain things as pain and pleasure. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Somewhere I'm looking at things as pain and pleasure.
yeah,
And whenever there is something that I look at as pain, I am thinking, okay, this is my prarabdha karma. Maybe this is all happening because of my prarabdha karma.
yeah.
Whenever I'm thinking of something as pain, is that even a pain? Or is that just what it is? Only when I am there, there are two selves to me, the small I and the big I. The big I is the capital self, and the small self is with the small s, which is the ego. As long as I am in my ego, I have all these answers.
Mm.
Is it happening? It may be a prarabdha karma. It may be this, that you have this emotion, that is why it is happening. This happened in your childhood. All this, to some extent, our intellect wants something to touch upon at the ego level. But if when you come to the higher S self level, all of this drops. Everything is a leela. There's no pain. That is why sukha dukkha same kritva. Labha labhau jaya jayo. Sukha and dukkha, look at it equanimously. Labha and labha, whether it is something you're winning or you're losing, look at it similarly. Victory or defeat, look at it similarly with equanimity.
Mm.
First of all, why am I looking at the situation as painful?
Ma'am,
It just is.
can I add something?
Yes, Sunita.
Yeah, I just morning I was recalling my childhood. Like I was in my high school, I wanted something very badly, and it did not happen. And I spent so many painful days. I was thinking, why this is not happening to me? I want this. I want this. Now today, when I was recalling, thank God it did not happen. I can't even now imagine if that was the true come true,
Mhm.
my that dream. So it is so blessed and fortunate today. I feel that didn't happen, but those
Mhm.
days I suffered a lot. So
Yeah.
these things keep on happening in our lifetime in different stages. Something we are in need, we feel we need that badly, or something we perceive it as pleasure, and we are clinging to that to have that uh, pleasure, but it doesn't happen. But after some time we realize, like, now we can't even imagine, like, good that it didn't happen. We are saved. That kind of feeling we have.
Yeah. Matra spashestu kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukkadaha. Agama payino tam stitikshasva bharata. Agama payino something tam stitikshasva. It just says sukha dukkha will come and go. Shita ushna. Heat and cold, summer and winter will come and go. Agama payino, it will come and it will go. Tam titikshasva bharata. Just bear with it.
So whatever thoughts are coming to the mind present, we should not give any importance to that.
Just be with it. That's it. Be with it means not indulging in it, not saying, why am I having these thoughts? Just you be in that, just be. The thought will flow and go away. Don't hold on to the thought either by saying this is good thought or by bad thought, calling it a pain or a pleasure. Is this in line with what you asked, Aparna, anyway? All of this, whatever Ramachandran ji and
Yeah, some but it's just the pain and pleasure really helped. I think I was asking for a counteractive thought because when you have an overactive imagination or when you are in your head a lot and like sitting for meditation or trying to rationalize that and all won't work. You just need like a sure shot, one syringe kind of an answer at that point to kind of come out of it. And I think seeing it I mean, telling yourself that right now you're not really equanimous and thus not indulging in this would be the best way to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Knowing
that,
that I am
yeah.
ignorant itself is one big awareness.
Yeah,
Accepting my ignorance itself, I am in avidya, I am veiled right now.
yeah. And just, I think, working towards that, maybe, not just sitting in knowledge, but also like sitting in action through inaction, which is, some yoga or some meditation to kind of follow up maybe at the end of the day, like
Yeah.
Mr. Ramchandran had said. Yeah.
It slows our overthinking mind. It brings it stabilizes the thoughts. It seats it in the right place rather than, going all over like the horses without a strong charioteer. If it does not have a strong charioteer, the horses are running all over. Everything looks rocky. Nothing's looking clear, and the whole road is looking very rocky, and I am jumping in the chariot. When we start doing that meditation, it starts bringing the reins together to harness the horses.
So yesterday I had gone to ISKCON to attend this Gita uh, Homa, and there was this, I think, realization is why I'm also uh, trying really hard to like not fall off completely. But I think it falls really well within this dream thing that we started this conversation with. Because I think in the waking state, it's very easy for us to give meaning to everything that we touch, see, smell, and feel. It is so easy to feel overwhelmed about everything that's around us. And I think just sitting in the class or like sitting in the Gita, sitting in the meditation kind of makes us feel like there's also a community that is going through the same thing that you're going through, which is also very important, I think. Like everybody in this call is also like going through the same thing and or seeking the same thing. And so I think that's also important to feel like you're not
Yeah.
alone or you're not,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know we need to know. We all need our validations. Sometimes we feel
Yeah.
validations, right? Okay, there's nothing wrong with me, really.
Yeah.
There are other people as
That is again ego only, no, ma'am.
that
Validation.
is that is that is that is so we are still there, no? We are still not
We are not. I don't know how long it's
so
taken.
some amount. So, but when we find our similar kinds, we feel a little validated. But that's where we have to again use our buddhi there. That buddhi has to work, making sure that here this satsanga is good, but people seek validations for all kind of things. There are, right, that grouping. So,
Please consider.
but yeah, in a way, this gives us a
Sorry,
certain
ma'am.
kind of
It's just
validation.
that when you're in the satsanga, everything is like everything makes sense. But when
So clear, no?
yeah, but when you're back to the your life and dealing with the situations day in and out, that is when the how do you sustain that? Is there any
It needs deep tapasya. If you want, every year we must take off at least for a week.
uh,
We are in samsara, but for a week we take off completely away, move away from this. Because when you are in this, there is certain things you can do to some extent. There is always the pull of the world, and we have chosen to be in this samsara as much as we are. Slowly, slowly it reduces. Our pulls of the world do reduce, and you
it
have
has
more of
reduced.
the
Even
power
I
of
feel it.
choice.
Sorry, ma'am. Even
Hmm.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but it has reduced, but still that thing is there.
You want it to move faster. There is that need to move fast. 1 second, please continue.
Maybe I'm a little impatient.
Maybe I guess that's what makes us human. We all are in that.
Yeah, yeah. But that's the process. It will happen. instead of the important thing for us to see here is we often again here look at the black dots. How many times I failed? Rather than focus on the white sheet. What is the progress I've made? Okay, there is progress. If you start looking at it, there will be progress. It's like that, people do for weight gain, weight loss, 1 kg lost, half kg lost. It's like that, right? And then that gives that motivation. Only half kg lost. No, half kg lost. Okay. So like that, we do this also. Okay.
But I mean, if it were easier to measure it in quantitatively.
Do FIR every day.
Eh?
Frequency, intensity, rebound time for your emotions. That is your measurement, no? Like your, what is that BMI index, huh? Around the waist, they will check. Like the BMI index, you do the FIR index. Frequency, intensity, and the rebound time. If you do that every day, you will know. Right? We have spoken about FIR, right? Before?
No, no.
The
I
parenting
think
class
we,
you did.
we need one session of FIR. It's something interesting. I have not
Even
heard
I
of
don't know.
FIR. I have not heard.
Okay, next class we will talk about FIR.
I am
Okay?
The first,
remembering
the
the
Please
only
remind
parenting
FIR
me.
class.
that I have heard is in the newspaper, first information report. That is the
No,
only
this
thing.
is not that. This is frequency, intensity, and rebound time. Now it is meditation time. We will do the meditation. And next class, please remind me. We will talk about FIR.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Now we will practice stillness. Stillness of the body, stillness of the mind. Please take a comfortable seating position. Anything that you can hold on to for the next 10 minutes. Go beyond the body and the mind. Reside in that self. And for this, absolute stillness is important. If your thoughts sway, if it takes it away from the stillness, just bring the thoughts back to the stillness again, from where everything is emerging. In the stillness, be aware of who it is that is still. Who is there in that stillness? Be aware. It is not that who is not perceivable to the senses. Cannot be seen, cannot be heard, cannot be touched, cannot be smelt, cannot be tasted. There is only a perception of its existence. That I. There is an existence that I exist. Sat. There is just something that is conscious, Chit. And in that state, there is bliss. Let us be with this Satchitananda, this existence, consciousness, bliss in our stillness for the next 10 minutes. Make sure your chin is up and parallel to the ground. Do not bend your neck. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ Thank you.